Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have an interesting puzzle in front of us. It's actually reminds me of a puzzle that we just did. Although, not really one-to-one kind of thing, but we just did a puzzle that had threes in everything. This one is now having twos in everything, or it's purporting to have twos in everything. So it's kind of interesting that we have two different puzzles pretty close together. I think they are only set or only posted maybe a week or two apart at the most. But anyway, let's take a look at this guy, see what's going on. So it's Every Cage Contains a 2 by Matt Tressel. I believe he goes by MS-DOS on as the handle on Logic Masters Germany. I probably should have reminded myself of the correctness of that before saying that, but apologies if that's not correct. But Matt Tressel, we got normal Sudoku rules. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We've got killer cages. So digits in a cage must sum to the value indicated in the top left corner. So these will add to 12, these to 11, these to 12, these to 10, etc., etc. Then we have the little twist to this guy. So it's two twos and a lie. Each killer cage is claiming to contain a 2, but for each set of cages that sum to the same amount, 2 are telling the truth, the third is a big fat liar. Now we have a note: killer cage totals are always correct. The lie is in relation to the cages containing the digit 2. Good, that's important information. So let's go through the whole thing. We have, what do we have? We're going to have 3 of each, right? Because that's what the rules are stating. So yeah, we have 3 11 cages. 2 of these 11 cages are telling the truth, and they will have a 2 in them. One of them, as we stated, is a liar and will not have a 2 in it. So if we determined these 2 were telling the truth, this guy would be a liar, and these 2 would both have 2s in them. And the note is stating, though, that even if this is a dirty, stinky liar, his 11 cage still adds up to 11. So we're not saying that the sum is a lie as well. It's just the fact whether or not it has a 2 in it. And then, of course, the final here is partial Kropki pairs. So digits separated by a black dot earn a 1-to-2 ratio. So whatever these guys are, they earn a 1-to-2 ratio or 2-to-1 ratio, or one of them is double the other, however you prefer to think about it. And that's that. Those are the rules. Like I said, it's a nice little twist. I think we've done something similar a while back. I don't think it was this type of thing, but it was, lying cages and stuff like that. So this is a different iteration of that sort of thing. But in this one, every cage purports to have a 2, but only 2 of each are telling the truth. So there we go. Links in the description below. Let's get at this thing, see if we can get it solved. So first things first, what do we know about these? We know that, again, of every set of cages, there are 3 of them. 2 will be telling the truth, and 1 will be lying. And, well, let's look at these corners. Because we know only one of these 2, go away, scam caller. Only one of these 2 can be telling the truth, so the other one will be lying. Now, can we use that information? Like, let's say this 10 was the liar. That means this 12 is telling the truth. It also means this 10 would be telling the truth, because we already have a 10 liar. This 10 would be telling the truth. The 12 is telling the truth. Now, does that mean that this 12 is a liar? Not necessarily, right? Because if one of the 12s, can these both tell the truth? Maybe that's the best way to think about it. Or can both of these tell the truth? However you want to look at it. Let's look at the 10. It's the lowest digit. We can go in order 10, 11, 12, 13 if we need to. Can these both tell the truth? If they are telling the truth, the 11 and the 12 are lying, which means this 11 and this 12 are both telling the truth. And that won't work because it's then saying that both of these 13s are liars, but they can't both be liars. Only one can be liars. What about the 11 cages? If these are both telling the truth, the 13's a liar. This 13's a liar, which means this 13 is telling the truth. This 10 is lying, so this 10 is telling the truth. And we have the same problem. We have a 12 here and a 12 here that are liars, but we can't do that. And that's going to, looks like it's going to be the same trickle down grouping for each one of them. So, okay. So we know that, therefore, every cage or every set of cages has a liar in these corners. Therefore, these guys must be telling the truth. They're the good boys. Therefore, this has a 2 in it, because every truthful cage has a 2. So this is a 2-9. This is a 2-8. This 2-9 sees this, so this has to be a 2. This 2-8 sees this, so this has to be a 2. Good. Now, what does that tell us? I don't know, because we don't know which one is the liar and which one is telling the truth yet. Oh, this is interesting. This Kropki only has one option, because the 2-8 here, this can't be 1, 2, 2, 4, or 4, 8, so it is a 3, 6. I wonder if we have something. No. These other ones don't have that same, because this has 2 different digits. The other ones only have singular 2s, or some of them have 2s looking at them, some don't. What about, is there any restriction to what these can be? Because this can't be a 4-8. This one couldn't be either. I guess this one could, but obviously if it's a 4-8, that's 12. We can't get there. This could be a 1-2. If it was, we'd have a 7 with it. If it was a 2-4, that would break, because that would be 6. We'd have to have a 4 with it. We already have a 4. If it was a 3-6, it could have a 1 with it. That would work too. So there's options there. Oh, let's look at math. The thing I almost always forget to do. These are a 10 and a 12 cage. We know that the values are telling the truth because of the note that was provided. So these two add up to 22. Well, that means these 3 have to add up to 23. There's only one way to make 23 in 3 unique digits, 986. We have a similar situation over here. These add to 21. These have to add to 24. Have to be 987. Now, that did come back and reduce this, didn't it? Because we had said one of the options was 3-6, which is not an option anymore. So this set we said can't be 8-4 for obvious reasons. Can't be 3-6 anymore. It couldn't be the 2-4 because we'd have to repeat this is a 1-2. He's a truth teller because he's got a 2 in it. And this is, well, just put the entire thing. This is a 7 that forces you to be a dirty liar, and a 3-4-5. 3-4-5 does add to 12. What does that do for? It means that the other 12 is telling the truth here, which means you're lying. The other 13 now is telling the truth. You're a liar. The other 11 is truthful, and you're a liar. Oh, so look at that. The cowardly little liars are all squirreled away in the corner. Those rascals. Okay, so now we know. Okay, this has to have a 2 in it, so it goes here. This has to have a 2 in it, it goes here. That forces the 8 and the 2. This has to have a 2 in it, so it goes here. And that 2 now comes back and says this is 1-2. Cool. And this has to be a 9-2. So we have a bunch of 2s. Are we done with them? Yeah, because we're only looking into the middle. Oh, no, we don't. Where's the... Oh, I'm blind. That one. Ugh, this is a 2. Yes. So we're done with 2s. So we've fulfilled our 2-age. So what's next? What about this guy? Because this is a 2. So these have to add to 9. They're a 3, 6. And this is a given now of 1, 4, 5. That is 10. Good. This guy has to add to 11, but there's multiple ways that could work. The only thing we can't do is a 9, 2, obviously. These have to add to 10. Can't be 9, 1 or 8, 2. But it could be 3, 7 or 6, 4. Does that does have an impact on this, doesn't it? Because this is either 3, 7 or 4, 6. So we can't put a 3, 6 on this thing. And we can't put a 1, 2 or a 2, 4. This is 4, 8, which forces this to be a 1 because 4 and 8 equal 12. The genius of it all. This is not 4, 6 anymore because of that. The 4, 8 says this is not 8 and these are not 4s, so this is a 4. These are not 4s, so this is a 4. Okay. This is not a 9 either by Sudoku. Might as well clean things up while we can. What else does this say? Now, I still don't think we have anything really to do here, but we can put these digits in. 5, 6, and 9. This is not 9. That didn't help as much as I hoped it would. I don't think we can do anything over here, because we have a 13 and an 11, so we're at 24, so these just have to add up to 21. You can do that with or without a 9, but that means there's options. We don't like options. But what about you? You can't be a 3, 6 anymore, and you can't be a 1, 2 or a 2, 4. You're a 4, 8. Does that come over here? Yes, it does. This can't be from 1, 2, 4, or 8, so it is 3, 6, and we have a 3, 7 looking at it, 6, 3. This is not 6. This is not 6. Oh, we're getting there. This 3, 5 says this is not a 5. This 1, 5 says this is 3, then 5. Okay. Let's get the easy stuff. I don't think those are cutting over, though. Is there any kind of math we can do in here? Because we've removed a 4 as an option now. So these 3 digits have to add to 10. We can't use 2 or 4, so the bare minimum would be 1, 3, 5. Well, that's 9. That's 1 less than what we need. So if that's the bare minimum we can do, we then have to just add 1 to the highest digit. That's the only way you can make it work. So this will be a 1, 3, 6. 10, 2. That works. Therefore, these are 5, 7, and 9. This is not a 3 or a 6. This is 1. Let's get that. I don't think that does much more than that, though. Although this, oh no, I was going to say this 5, 7, 9 looks in here. Oh yeah, it does work actually, because these have to be the 5 and the 7. These have to be 1, 4, and 8, and we have a 4, 8. This is a 1. These are not 1s. What are these two? So all that's left in the row is 3 and 6. That's not sorted. The 5 says this is 7, 5. That 5 says this is 9, 6, 5. That's going to break 8, 6, 9. That 8 comes back to the 4 and the 8. Okay, we're getting somewhere. The 8 here says this is 4, 8. Could have seen that a minute ago, but that's okay. What 6 says 3, 6. Booba-dooba-doo. This can't be an 8. This can't be a 7 or a 9. This is 8. This is not. So we get a 7, 9 up in here. Up in here. And we finally get into this 13. So we do have some digits now, and coming this way. So this has to add to 11. Now it can't be 9, 2. It also can't be 6, 5 anymore. So it's either 8, 3 or 7, 4. That's not helpful. This isn't 3 though, so this can't be an 8. Can this can't have a 9 on it, can it? No, because if it has a 9, it has to have 2 1s. So there is a 9 in here, not this one because of that. Now that actually does reduce the options at least, because we'd said it can either have a 9 or not a 9. Well, if it didn't have a 9, it was 8, 7, 6, but it can't be 8, 7, 6 to get to 21, because we have to have a 9 on it. So it's either going to be 9, 8, why do I always mess this up? 9, 8, 4, no, 9, 8, 5, pardon, gets us up to the, no, that's not right. It is 9, 8, 4. We're going to need a 21. That's our goal. So 9, 8, 4 works, or it's 9, 7, 5. This could be a 7, 3. Okay. Because that pushes, well, it pushes a 1 into the 11, and it can't be these guys, so it's you. Therefore, you're a 5 and a 1. You're not a 5. Neither are you. This isn't a 4 either. Or an 8 if we keep cleaning things up. So we get a 7, 9 pair, actually. Which means this is either 3 or 6. Gives us a 3, 6 pair, but we can't do much. Can we continue the maths here? 1 and 3 is 4. This would have to be a 7. 1 and 6 is 7. It would have to be a 4. Does that do anything for us? Oh, this can't be a 9 or an 8. There's got to be something, right? This is a 6. Where else does a 6 go? Because we can't put, okay, we can't put a 6 here because it would have been 9, 6, 6. So none of these would ever have been 6s, and this can't be a 6. So one of these would have had to have been, but the math does not allow this to be a 6. So this one is. That gives us our 3, 6 and the 3, 6. Now, if this is 7, this must be 4. Now we've removed our 4 from the 21 possibility. We also removed this from having a 4 on it. And we are left with the 8, 3, because we can't use 7 with a 4 anymore. So 8, 3. This is not 8. So this is a 5, 7, 9. Good. And 5, 7, and 9 was one of the options to get us to 21. Good. So this is not 5. Oh, we get a 7, 9 pair, so this is the 5. This is not the 5. So, okay, the 8 here also says 4, 8. Feel like I'm just flapping about here on some of these. We got a 7, 9 pair this way. This is 5. This 3 comes back to the 7 and the 3, and that gives us back to the 9, 7, 7, 9, 7, 9. Okay, we got a lot done there. Which, oh, let's put in a couple of given digits here. This has to be 9. This has to be 7. Do we want to start looking here, or do we want to look here? It's probably better to look this way, because we have this cage where we can start to differentiate things. What are you? We need a 6 and a 9. We can do that. This is 9. This is 6. There we go. We're starting to get in. We're getting digits into the cage we can use. These have to be 1, 7, 8. This is not 7. This is not 8. This can't be a 7 because 6 and 7 is already 13. So this is 1, 8, 7. Let's just go through you guys and, well, let's just finish the math. We are at 9, so this is a 4. That 6 says this is 3 and 6. What are these two? 3 and 5. This is 5 and 3. There we go. Now we should just be into Sudoku to finalize. What are these guys? 4, 7, 8. This can't be 4 or 8, so it's 7. This can't be 7 or 8, so it's 4. What about you guys? We're at 1, 5, and 9. You're not 5 or 9, so you're 1. You can't be 1 or 9, so you're 5, 9. Then we have givens left over to finish this thing. Good. Whew. We have 1, 2, 3, the 4. We have the 5, and we have a 1. Okay, cool. You solved the puzzle. Solution is correct. Lots of solves, 1,520 days. So it's been out for almost 3 weeks now. I guess this is one of the ones that I'd had opened up for a couple of weeks, but I just hadn't gotten to it yet. But 1,500 solves in 3 weeks is quite a few solves. Anyway, I don't doubt why it has been solved that many. It was an excellent puzzle. I really did enjoy having to figure out the lying and the truth, and it came fairly quickly. I think the logic to do it was not too hard to get into. At least I maybe got lucky, who knows what, to figure out how to do it, but it worked out well. I really enjoyed this puzzle. I hope we get some more of these types. Like I said, I know we've done some lying puzzles before, and I'm sure there's been a bunch of them done that we just haven't seen or found or what have you, but I do enjoy these types of things. Hopefully I can find another one or two, something like this that we can get into. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.